Hello YouTube and welcome to lesson 23 of the Adobe Edge Animate tutorial series, and today we're going to look at how to apply animations in existing web page. For this lesson in Dreamweaver, I'm going to take a template from the starter templates, the about page template. Let me just create that out, and here we have a very starter template right there. So I'm going to save this on the desktop about page and name it as starter, and then save it out. So this is a pure HTML5 file that I'm going to import it into as animate. So once I done that, what it does is it saves the HTML inside of the about section. So I have all of the about section page right there. Once I do that, what I want to do is I'm going to go into Adobe Edge Animate, and from here I'm going to open up that file. So in order to open that up, I'm just going to go to open right there, and in the about page I'm going to press starter and press open. And once I do that, you can see that I see the web page elements inside of Adobe Edge Animate. So I can actually animate all of these sections individually. So you don't actually see the layers here at first, but you can animate this out anyways. So I'm going to animate this circle right here. So for that, I'm going to enable the toggle pin and then drag it down at the side, because I want the animation to start from here and end it in this position right here. So I want this to drag around from the left side and this from the top side. So I'm going to drag around that. So you can see that I have this kind of an animation now. All right. So for John Doe, the name, I'm going to drag it onto the right. And this is going to be dragged out at the top. All right, here. And this one, I just want to change the opacity of this. I guess for the line, just reduce the opacity. And for this, I want the width and height to change. So I'm going to say 0 and 0 for width and height. Same goes for here, 0 and 0 for width and height. Same goes for here, 0 and 0 for width and height. And same goes for here, 0 and 0 for width and height. So I added in animations over there. Similarly, I'm going to drag this on from the left, drag this on from the left as well. And for this one, 4 of the elements right there, I'm going to reduce the opacity. For these things right here, 4 of these. All right, so let me just select all of these right here and drag it onto the right. So you can see that I have this type of an animation in the web page. All right, so I'm going to add in elements except the logo. Let me just leave that one out. So let me go towards the bottom right there and add in animations to these as well. So let me just drag that down. All right, so these again, I'm going to animate the size for this. So press 0 and 0, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. All right, so select all of these and press 0 and 0 for height right there. Height and width 0. All right, so everything else is there. I'm going to leave the footer as it is. So you can see that I have this type of an animation now. So now what I'm going to do is select the last bit and then animate its opacity. So drag the cursor onto the beginning and then reduce the opacity. All right, so I have this type of an animation. So once I do that, I also want to add an easy ease in, so that everything else has an easy ease animation. I'm going to select all of the layers just like this, all of the layers over here, select all of the layers just like that, and then add in an easy ease out just like this. And you can see that I have an easy ease feature as well. And once I do that, what you can do is you're going to go to file and press preview in browser, and there you can see that you have all of the animations once you start up the web page. So you can see that you can easily animate the websites as you want. So I can even move around the timeline a bit to have a variation in animation. So I don't want everything to start up on their own. I want a different intervals of time just like this. So let me just drag around that. Let me just drag around that, drag around that as well. Let me just select, drag around that to the end, and drag some. I'm just going to select these in random so that they are randomly stacked up together just like this. so that they don't start up at the same time. It'll give a much more dynamic effect to the files that you have. Alright, so select all of these. So select at the side, select at the side, over here, at the side, and then over here. Alright, so now everything starts up at a different time interval. Let me preview those in browser, and you can see that every animation starts at a different timing. So if I were to repress this, you can see that you can have a very dynamic looking website which starts up with a different type of an animation. So this is how you can add an animation to your existing HTML pages without the hassle of coding. Hope you guys learned something as always, and as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.